Good evening, ladies, everyone. It's Middle-Aged Gamer Guy here. How are you? We are back with another TNGC. That's right, Tuesday night gaming chat. We're talking about all the latest game releases and all the latest gaming news in the week that was. And with me, as always, and we did come up with something last week, but being as it's me, I've already forgotten it. It's my co-host, Dave Jones. How you doing,
Good
Dave?
evening, everyone. I'm all right, mate. How about your good self?
I'm good if I could remember what it was we introduced you with last week, and it was actually better than anything I've done on the last 25 shows.
Oh, you'll have to watch it on Catch Up, mate.
Yeah, that's all right.
Remind yourself that way.
Oh, Tunes, as you said, co-host that knows the most.
That'll do.
I've got to remember that. Co-host that knows the most. I will get that. That's another thing we need to copyright, Tunes, if we can do that. Just like last week when I said, if you don't like it, you're not going to like it, which makes about as much sense as most of the shit I normally say anyway. On this, so there you go. Second Extinction has won for Sunday after Gears. Top man, thank you, Discord. Appreciate that. So for any of you that know, we put a vote in our Discord because we're going to finish Gears 5 on Sunday. And we wanted you to vote for which game we are going to play after we finish that. And Second Extinction it is. So we'll give that. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, there's more votes for games for next Monday as well, because that's the way I roll. So look out for those in the Discord. Hello, Moonlight. Hello. How are you? Great to see you. Dave, right. So let's talk to you for a bit. Games this week. What have you been playing?
Oh, I've still been playing quite a lot of Wreckfest. Still absolutely loving that. Great racing game. It's just plain fun. So if no one's had a chance to look at it since last week, pick it up. It was still on PS Plus, still be on Game Pass. Have a gander. I still think it's brilliant fun. It got
good reviews.
I think it's a 7 it got, but it's still really
7.
good.
Yeah. It was all good. Good.
Apart from that, I've played through all the levels of Hitman 1. So I've done all them through once. And I've just gone back to the second level. So I'm trying more inventive ways to kill the 2 targets in there, just to complete some of the challenges. Because it's got a cool level, Sapienza. It's like a nice sort of Mediterranean beach area with a big villa you've got to get into, and 2 targets are in there. It's just at the 6 in Hitman 1, it's the one that for me is most memorable. So I just want to go back to that, try and do some of the challenges in it. And another game I got back into on Sunday because my daughter was asking me to play it so she could watch was Lonely Mountain Downhill.
Oh, the little bicycle.
Yeah,
thing.
The little bicycle.
Yeah,
that's cool. I'm doing quite well on that one. I was trying to do some of the challenges you've got on each of the tracks so I could unlock some of the bike parts to then unlock other bikes.
Yeah.
So I managed to unlock about 3 bikes now. So, but it's quite interesting actually because when you unlock your second bike, only you get the the Xbox trophy, but there's only 2% of players have ever bothered getting that.
Yeah.
Then to get your third bike, it's about 0.7%. So it's quite interesting to see that those people obviously played it, but not many have really delved into the challenges, tried to beat the times that they set to get these things.
I have played a fair bit of it, but I've not been that much that I've gone back and forth on it. I like doing it to unlock certain bits, but it is good fun. I did like that game and how simplistic it was, but how much fun it was. Okay. Hello, Chelsea. Hello, Zabs. How you doing? Welcome to the chat. Again, we've got a couple of big games to talk about, but before we do that, we have our special guest this week. Now, some of you may know her as Jokergurl. Some of you may know her as Batgirl. Some of you, I hope you like this intro that I'm doing for you. She's laughing right now. Some of you may know her as Harley Quinn, but what you might not know her as, if I introduce her correctly, and I would know I got her name wrong earlier, so I'm never going to live this down. Please welcome. I've got to get this. Oh no, I ballsed it up, didn't I? I was gonna get it right, and I was doing so well. Shayna Batgirl Lucas.
Yes,
welcome.
You got it right.
I got it right. I was just about to go no, and all the words just went wrong. All the way from America. How are you today?
Oh, it's going. Lots of stuff going on. Lots of things. Busy.
Now, for those who don't know you, you've been in our... Oh, Chelsea's going, Joker! In the chat. Bless her. She's going absolutely mad. Hello, Chelsea, by the way. For those who don't know you, tell us a little bit about you, right? Because there's a reason I mentioned about the whole Harley Quinn thing. So do you want to start with the cosplay stuff, and then we'll talk about some other stuff?
Oh my. I have been cosplaying for, I don't know, a little more over 5 years. I think it might be like 8 years now. I kind of lost count after all this time. But basically, I just kind of go around to local cons and dress up, all that stuff. Then I started to get into it professionally, and I actually work with a company called The Enchanted Teapot. They go around and do birthdays and events and all kinds of stuff, and we dress up as characters. And I am her go-to evil Red Queen and Harley Quinn for now. We'll see what else she'll get me into.
I was going to say, have you got any other plans to do any other characters, or are there any characters that you would really like to do, like right now?
With her, I'd really like to be a princess for once. I'm like, can I like be Ariel or something? But it's whatever. So we all kind of have like our set things that we do, and so when somebody asks for the character, then she'll message and be like, "Hey, are you available this day?"
Yeah.
But otherwise, I go around to all the cons and dress up, like normal cosplayers do. And I am on a TV show called Game of Honor, and my persona is now called Scarlet Lust. But I used to be the cosplay person, so I was the gamer who always dressed up in cosplay.
Now, I've watched a couple of episodes that I haven't got through it all yet, but I've started. So I've seen you as Harley Quinn on that show and watched that. So I've got to wait until you're going to have to give me a couple more weeks before I even get to the Scarlet character. Yeah,
it gets interesting.
Okay, I'll have to wait. Right. We'll put links in the Discord after the show. If you want to go check out the show, it is funny. It's basically, it's a weird concept of. I hope I don't do this an injustice, but the concept is it's people challenging other people to certain different computer games each episode, but they kind of narrate a story into it. So it's almost the people that are playing the competition are the characters that you follow throughout each season, which is quite cool. So it's almost like the story behind the people playing, and like who doesn't like who, and like who wants to be the ultimate champion, especially in the first season.
And it continues that way. It's always, I want the belt. No, I want the
belt. They've all got like a wrestling kind of belt that they're all trying to win because it's like the ultimate thing, like the gaming champion, which is cool. So we'll put the links in after the show. Hello, Chris, by the way. Hello, Mystic. Good to see you. We'll delve into something else in a little bit in a minute, but tell us about what sort of games that you love and what you play, so people get an idea of the sort of games you play. And also you stream, because I know you stream. I know you don't stream as much as you've not had a chance to do as much as you normally do, but tell us a little bit about what you would stream.
I pretty much do a little bit of everything. I mostly stick with all my retro games like Jack and Daxter, early Assassin's Creed, and Crash, Spyro, all that stuff that we grew up with. So I do all that, but I do newer stuff like the newer Assassin's Creed, and I got into Among Us, and I haven't really delved into a lot of other newer games yet.
Okay.
I've kind of been stuck on some things, and I've really been wanting a Switch so I can play Pokemon Snap and
nice,
because I love Pokemon.
Well, one of the stories we will talk about a little bit later on, I hope you're not one of those people that we're going to talk about. But if you are, you might want to hide, and I'll explain more about that later on. Like, Jokergurl's looking at me going, what on earth is he talking about? But I'll explain more a little bit later on. Hello, little panda. I'm good. Thanks for being here, mate. I really appreciate it. And the final thing, let's talk about, because you are now an accomplished author.
Yep.
And you have a brand new book out.
I do.
Do you want to tell us a little bit more about the book without being too risque? Because there's certain things we can say and certain things we can't say.
Oh, boy. Well, I'm not going to delve into the whole review scandal. So we'll go with the good stuff. So basically, the book is called The Black Rogue. I have been working on this since I was in high school. I think I came up with the idea of it, and I've been working on it ever since, all through college and thesis statements, all kinds of crap. finally finished it during the pandemic because my publisher was like, hey, I want to publish it and you need to finish it, so get on that. So I'm like, all right, well, I guess the time has come. I'm going to finally finish it. So I literally sat down and finally banged the rest of it out. And it's a historical romance novel about Trinity Brooke de Laurent. She is French. She is the niece of King Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette. She's kind of like I don't want to say a bastardized niece, but she kind of is, because it kind of plays out like who her mom is related to them and stuff.
Yeah.
But this whole thing comes up of the French Revolution, and her aunt and uncle are trying to tell her, you need to take over the throne. And she's all like, well, why? Like, why do I got to do it? Y'all have kids. Like, it ain't my job. And she's also the most feared pirate on the seas. So all she wants to do is continue being a pirate. She doesn't want to take over the throne or anything. And that also means she has to marry. And she's like, no, not happening. Not getting married. Forget it. And she ends up meeting this guy that she takes his ship and, beats the crap out of. And here it's her betrothed that she's been betrothed to basically her whole life. And it's like, oh, crap. Oops.
See, this is the kind of thing that I would like, because I love all stuff to do with pirates. Obviously, there's quite a lot of people that watch this channel that do, not just because of Sea of Thieves connections, but everything else. So, I mean, Tunes has just asked a question. This is typical Tunes. What we want to know is who posts for the front cover.
I have no idea. My publisher came up with the cover, and I'm like, all right, I'll go with that, sure. But I was all for it. I'm like, okay, whatever.
See, Discord just said the Friday crew will put that pirate in their place, but I don't know. I don't know whether she might kick our ass. I'll be honest. I think that might be one of the things. Oh, here we go. She's a total badass by the sounds of it. Little Panda says, would you make it into a film later on? Would you consider?
On one condition, if I get to play her. Being
Starring
an actress and a director, I'm like, no, that character's mine. I wrote it. It's mine.
So you're basically going to do a Chris Rock, because Chris Rock's just basically wrote, directed, and starred in the new Saw film. So you're going to do that.
Pretty much.
But it's probably going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot better, because I don't think that's done very well. Apparently, I don't think the reviews are that great. But
I've done the director role a lot. Just in actual live theater, and I'm like, no, I ain't doing that again.
Okay, so as long as you can star in it and you get the executive producer credit, you'd be happy.
Yep.
Sold. Right. Any big filmmakers out there, Steven Spielberg, if you're watching, or anyone else that's decent, let's not go with what's his face though, that just basically blows things up for no reason. What's his name?
Thinking of Michael Bay.
Michael Bay. Yeah, let's not. Sorry, Michael, if you're interested, we don't want you. Go away. But anyone else, yeah, we want Oscars galore for this. So in like a couple of years' time, we'll have Joker back on the show. And she'll go, look at all my Oscars.
Yay,
there you go.
I have pretty toys.
Yeah, there you go. Tune says, get JJ Abrams on the phone.
Lots of nice lens flare.
I mean,
yeah.
If Jack Nicholson calls and be like, hey, I want to direct it, I'll be like, sure, here, Daddy, please.
Yeah.
Like, can you also be the main other character? Can you be Sean, please? Like, I don't care that you're 85 years old.
It could work.
Make it work.
Would we get Johnny Depp involved?
Okay, yeah, I would get Johnny Depp involved. He might not get left alone. Might stop him a bit.
We have to be careful there, because I think he's been through enough lawsuits as it is recently. So we'd maybe put it in his contract just to let him know that he might not get left alone. So at least he knows what he's signing.
It's like, creator of book may not leave you alone.
Totally fangirling over. Right, should we crack on with the show then?
Go on.
Yep.
Go on, might as well.
We should, shouldn't we? It's way fun.
We should. I suppose we got content we got to get through. So now this we got a couple of games to talk about. Anyone who's not seen the show before, we basically show a couple of trailers for different new games that have been out since last week and this week. And then we discuss them. We talk about the reviews they've been getting and also talk about any news that's been going on. Thank you, Little Panda. I really appreciate that. You love this show. We love you as well, dude. Thank you. So we're going to start with a game that I know, Joker's very, very... I know you want to play this. You were like, shall I stream this? Shall I play this? Shall I get this? And this is some games that people absolutely love. And they've been put into a massive package, completely renovated, given the next-gen touch, even though they're not on next-gen yet. But also includes all 40 DLCs, which sounds like an absolute bargain. This is Mass Effect Legendary Edition, which came out last Friday. We're going to play the trailer. Let's have a look at that. Let us know in the chat what you think of this. And when we get back, we will discuss the game. And we'll also know, what do you think this got in the reviews out of 10? Show us what you think. Give us your scores in the chat. You can rate the game as well, mate. Go for it. So we're going to watch the trailer for this. And we'll be right back after this. Here we go. There you go. So that's Mass Effect, the Legendary Edition. That came out on Friday. It's out for Xbox One, PS4, and PC. It's not out on next gen yet. We're not actually sure whether they're going to do that or not. We'll have to see. There's been rumours, but we'll have to see what's what. Now, I'm going to start with Dave. You're a big fan of Mass Effect, aren't you?
Oh, I am, mate. I played all three of these back when they were originally out. Played all the DLCs that came out with them as well. Yep. Fantastic games, brilliant story that goes through them. And it was great back then because you could just create your character and take him or her through all three games. And decisions you made in one, you saw come back up again in like 2 or 3. It all had little payoffs here and there. It was a brilliant game.
Oh, we lost you there for a second. I was panicking then. I was about to say...
It just disappeared.
It just disappeared, but you're back. It's fine.
Just for a dramatic effect.
Just a dramatic effect. Like, I've gone. Ta-da! I'm back. So, is this something that you would get, Dave? Would you get this whole remaster collection?
If I had more time and not such a disgraceful backlog of games, I probably would consider it. But I know it would take me, probably a good 100 hours to get through it all again. And having already done it once, I can't say I'm that fussed about replaying it all.
Okay.
I would like to see how the first one looks, because I know they've done a lot visually to improve it, and they've touched up some controls here and there. But I'm probably not going to end up getting it. Too much else to play.
But would you get it some time further down the line, would you say? It's one of those that would go on a list. And when you get round to it, you do it.
Maybe when I retire in like 20 years' time. I've got loads of spare time then. Kids moved out. Yeah, why not? Get it done then.
Fair enough. Joker, I know you're chomping at the bit to play this, aren't you?
I am. I want it.
It's like
right now.
Get it now. Have you played them originally, or is it just that you've not had a chance to play these, so that's why you want to get it?
Well, here's the story with that. Technically, back in the day, a lot of games like that, my ex-boyfriend would play for me, because being autistic, a lot of it, I'm like, okay, this is too much. I can't handle this. There's too much going on. There's too much to do. I can't do it.
Yeah.
So he would play for me, and I would watch, and then I would help and like find different things. I'd be like, go over here, go over there, do this. And so I sort of kind of played it, but I didn't actually play with the controller in my hands. So I actually want to play it myself.
And do it how you want to do it. Romance who you want to romance, and basically do those in that respect.
Pretty much.
Okay, cool. I've seen we're getting lots of scores in the chat. Let us know in the chat what you think you would rate this out of 10. Now, I'll just explain this to anyone who's not watched the show before. Lil Panda, it says, oh, hang on, let's get one. Joker is like the backseat driver, but for gamers playing games.
I was, and I was good at it too.
Lord Ramicus, hello, welcome to the channel. It was a decent game of its time, but it's had its day with the newer RPG games coming through. I don't see the point. Cheap thrill, maybe, for the fans. So, yeah, I mean, not everyone's cup of tea. I'm going to say I've not really played these games. I played a little bit of the third one. I'm not really bothered about this. But I guess if I played them, I probably would be. But that's just me. So in the chat, we've had a couple of scores. Chris reckons it got a 9 out of 10. Little Panda says 8 out of 10. We basically scour the internet for all the reviews, and I try and basically work out an average, which is sometimes a lot more difficult than it sounds. So what do we think this got out of 10 in all the reviews? Dave, I'm going to start with you.
I'm going to agree with Chris. I'm going to go with a 9 out of 10 because I really liked it. Had a brilliant story all the way through.
Okay. Joker, what do you reckon?
I'm going with a 9 out of 10.
You're going for a 9 out of 10. Tunes is going for an 8. Lord's going for a 6. I think, again, that you're a bit like me. If you're not that fussed about it, that's probably what the sort of score you go. I can tell you now that the majority of you are all correct because it got a solid 9 out of 10. I don't think I saw any scores lower than an 8, but most of them were a 9. They've basically said they've done a brilliant job in basically retouching up the whole game, all the stuff. There's some new bits in it that apparently weren't. It's only little bits, but there's some new stuff in it. So some of the fans will kind of be pleased that there's new stuff you can explore. And there's certain things where they've picked up on comments because I believe there was one character that you could romance that was in all 3 games. You could never see their face. And when you finally get to see what they look like, apparently they use some sort of stock image, which is really crap. And the fans were like, well, that's disappointing. They've actually done like a proper thing. So it replaces that. So you actually get to see what she properly looks like, which is really cool. So they've really put attention to detail with this. So Mass Effect, the Legendary Edition, gets a whopping 9 out of 10, folks, and came out last Friday. Is on Xbox One, PS4, and PC. The only thing I'm going to say is a lot of people just assumed it was going to come to Game Pass on Xbox. It's not on Game Pass. And then a lot of people went, well, it's an EA game, so surely we can get it on EA Play. No, you can't. You'll be able to get it on EA Play in about a year's time, free of charge. But you can get a discount off it. The only way you can get it free of charge is if you've got, and this was a thing that I wasn't even aware, there's another version of EA, I think EA Play Pro, which is a service you can get on the PC. And that's the only way you can get it free. So if you've got that, you'll be one of the lucky few who can get it. Otherwise, you can either buy it now or you might have to wait about 12 months before you can get your hands on a free copy. But I definitely think it'd probably be worth it. So there you go. That's our first game. I'm going to talk about some news. PSVR. Sony PlayStation have kind of hinted on a few things about the new PSVR. Cheers, Little Panda. Thank you. PSVR 2. One of the big things they've basically stated is it's all going to be 4K resolution. And there's a rather cool thing to do with, let me get this right, what they're calling lens separation. But what it basically means that each individual eye can be focused separately. So if you might have like a stigma in one eye, whereas VR, it just focused it for the both, you can actually change the focus slightly. So if you might have a condition in one eye is not as good as the other, you can actually sharpen up the image on your right eye compared to the left eye so that everything looks normal, which is really kind of cool. And they basically said, if I get this right, it's going to be USB plug-in, which makes it nice and easy. The cameras will be able to see the controllers on the headsets. You don't have a big floppy camera gaffer taped to the headset. And they're also going for what's the term that they use for their new controllers, Dave? Not Fanaptic. What is it? Or is it?
Haptic. Haptic feedback.
Right. They're using the haptic feedback thing in the helmet as well. So anyone who's got a PS5 and knows how good those controllers are, they're putting the same technology into the new PS2 VR helmet, which sounds really cool. Now, Dave, seeing as you're a PlayStation owner and you like PS PSVR. What do you think about this? All this news that's coming out about this?
It sounds like it's a decent upgrade compared to the first one, because that tech's showing its age, really. Especially the controllers, the old Move controllers. They were always a little bit limiting in what you can do because they had no analog sticks on them. And the display on the original PSVR is a bit of a lower res display, so it always had this screen door effect.
Yeah.
It felt like you were looking through something at the image. It was always quite distracting. It made the image quality look a bit blurry, not very good. So it'd be nice to see, the improvement in this one. Hopefully it'll keep the same sort of halo band that goes around your head, because that's the most comfortable headset out of all the ones I've tried so far. It sat perfectly, didn't feel heavy. You could wear it for a good long time.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm slightly disappointed about with it is they haven't gone fully wireless with it, because having played on the Quest platform, which is fully wireless, that is really nice.
Yeah.
But I can understand why they haven't, because it obviously adds loads of complexity to how well it would run for a person if it's got a stream from console to the headset wirelessly. Further someone moves away, or the more interference you got in the area, it would mess it up and cause problems.
Yeah.
So with a wire, you can guarantee how well it will run, how far someone's going to be away from it.
Yeah.
I can understand why they've done that, but it looks like a good improvement. And hopefully we'll see some good games on it. I'd be surprised they didn't port Half-Life Alyx over to it. So that's like the big PC VR game, so I'd be surprised if that didn't pop up on there. I really would.
Obviously, that there's going to be something we're going to talk about a little bit later on, which pretty much means that there's a good chance that that's going to happen, but we'll explain more a little bit later on. Joker, have you tried any VR, or have you got any VR headsets, or what are your thoughts on VR?
I do not. I've never tried it or looked at it, mostly because it was always way too expensive for me. But I'd be willing to try and give it a go and see what it's all about. Yeah.
I mean, I think they're trying to make it more accessible to people by the sounds of it. So, I mean, we'll have to see. Again, these are just things that have come out on, not the rumor mill. There's been good sources of saying, this is what's going to come out, but Sony haven't made the official announcement. So we'll have to see what comes out. But I think this could be the next groundbreaking thing for VR, hopefully, if they pull off all that. Chris has just said, I love my PSVR, so any upgrades will be awesome. It'd be greatly appreciated. So there we go. So yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll stay tuned. As soon as we get more news, we will let you know. I'm sure they'll do a showcase video and we'll show off stuff. So we'll see how we go. Let's talk about our next game. We're moving swiftly on. This is a sequel to a very much beloved game. This also came out last Friday, set 2 years after the original game. This is Subnautica Below Zero. We're going to take a look at the trailer and then let us know your thoughts in the chat. Here we go.
Stop right there, Altera. You're on my turf.
It would appear I'm far less alone on this planet than I had anticipated. Landing was a bit rough, but I don't think they spotted me.
You sure you want this?
I need to know what happened. I'll find my way back. Some of the wildlife down here is very grabby.
Hey, Robin, you were right. I'm afraid something terrible is going to happen. If you hear this, love you.
This was Sam's necklace. She never took it off.
Hello? Is someone there?
What is all this?
We're running.
This isn't happening.
So there you go. That is Subnautica Below Zero. I've played the first one. I've played it on Xbox. It doesn't run great. Funny enough, Discord's just mentioned that. He said it'll be good on PC, but probably fucked on console. It wasn't great on Xbox. It took a long time to load textures in and things. But I did like the idea of the game. I think this, from my opinion, from seeing the trailers and the bits, and we've talked about this on the show before, I like the element that this isn't just underwater stuff. You can go exploring across the ice, go into icy mountains areas. That looks pretty cool. It adds a load of new tools, a load of new creatures, a whole heap of stuff, and does carry on the story 2 years after. I'm going to start with Joker. Have you ever played the original one? Or if not, what are your thoughts on this one?
No, I've never played the original one, but it looks kind of interesting. Like, I'd give it a go.
Okay. Are you into sort of games where you can craft stuff and explore? Because this isn't really an action game. It's very much exploration, find the stuff to create the stuff to then get to the next part. And it's that kind of thing. Is that sort of something game that you'd be interested in?
Yeah, that's my kind of thing. I
Cool.
like doing those kind of games.
Just going to say a couple of people. Little Panda's like, oh my God, yes, I love this game. I've even seen people already starting to stream this, obviously, because it came out on Friday. Another thing I'm going to say is, funnily enough, the original came out on Switch on Friday as well. So not only is the sequel came out, but they brought out the original because it's never been on Nintendo Switch. So if you've never played either, you can get both of them. Little Panda's saying a defo 9 out of 10 for me. Hello, Captain DK. How you doing? You got to learn the game. Hello. Good to see you. Good to see you here. Dave, did you ever play this?
No, I never played the first one. I think I've got it on a couple of stores. Wait, they just like put it on as a free game. I think I've got it on the PC and on the PS4. So I might have to dig it out on one of those and actually have a look at it. Like possibly PC, if you're saying console versions, the original were a bit iffy.
Yeah.
I'll see if I've got it on the PC and I might fire it up because it's not a genre I've got into or thought about trying. The whole, get the resources, build stuff. It's never really appealed to me. But sometimes it's just finding the right, game that contains those elements that might pull you in. And this one does look more interesting than most of the other ones I've seen. So I think I'll fire up the original, see what I think, and who knows, if I like it, might consider going for this one. Yeah,
it's Chris has just said the original still on Game Pass, so you can grab that on Game Pass for both PC and Xbox. And you said, I'm not. It's probably on the PS Store as well. I won't be surprised. Mm-hmm. So there you go. Hello, Running Gnome. Welcome. UGL says it's always great to be here. It's always great to have you here, mate. Great to see you. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's one of those games I would kind of dip into. Maybe it's not really my thing. I didn't mind the first one. I am thinking that this one I might like more because actually I have said the map itself is actually smaller because the first one, the map's huge. It's ridiculous how far out you can go. So some people have said they're a bit surprised that this map is smaller, but just because the map is smaller, they're like, don't think that it's actually a small game because you can go higher up in the mountains, you can go further down in the depths of the water. So actually, there's a lot more to it in that respect. So let's go with scores. Let me know in the chat what you would say. Chris said my son would say 10 out of 10, but I'm going with a 9 out of 10 again. Lord Dramica says 7.5 out of 10. Little Panda says 9 out of 10. Hello, Professor Stork. Hello, welcome. Let us know. Joker, I'm going to let you go first. What do you reckon this got out of 10?
I'm going to say an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10, okay. Professor, we are discussing Subnautica Below Zero, just so you know. Sub height for Discord, as he's just resubbed, even though it hasn't come up on my screen, but do it anyway. Thank the tune. Go for it. And Dave, what do you reckon?
I'll guess a 7.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Well, got a 9 out of 10.
A 9, fair play.
Got a 9 out of 10. The only thing that they could find wrong with it was the fact. Now, bearing in mind, a lot of the reviews have been on PC, so we'll have to see what it's like on consoles. But the only thing they said was the fact that they said it's a bit of a smaller map. That was the only fault they could find. So if you love the first game, you're going to love this. It seems to be a massive improvement. I think the fact that you can actually go over the ice on a little jet ski as well. There's lots of different vehicles and things you can use to do what you need to do. So Subnautica Below Zero gets another whopping 9 out of 10. It was out last Friday on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch. All the PlayStations, by the way, and all the Xboxes. And the original Subnautica came out on the same day as well on the Switch as well. So if you like the look of that, go give it a try. Now, game we talked about last week, Resident Evil Village, which got really good scores. It was an 8.5 last week. It has been selling really, really well, and has probably been one of the best new games this year because of the selling. Now, we all know that Call of Duty Cold War has been shifting tons because we've been talking about that, millions. But technically, that came out in 2020. So I want to play a little game, as I always do, with Joker and Dave. Well, this is where you've got to guess the numbers. Here we go. So, how many million copies do you think that Resident Evil Village has sold since it came out? And it came out on Friday the 7th. So it's not even been 2 weeks yet. Friday the 7th of May. How many million copies?
I guess 4 million.
Okay. Joker?
I'm going to go with 3 million.
3 million. Okay. We're getting some other guesses there. Tune says 110 million. No, he meant 10 million. Yeah, I think you're a bit off with 110. Yeah. We'll go with 10. Hello, Keita. How you doing? Little Panda says 3 million. Captain DK says 15 million. Professor Stork says 25. Let's just show some of these answers. Professor Stork says 25. Running Gnome says 12. Captain DK says 5, not 15. So, okay. Jokergurl and Little Panda will bang on the money. Sold over 3 million copies. Look at that. Celebrate your dance. 3 million copies in less than 2 weeks. Now, my next question is, they reckon that this could be the fastest selling Resident Evil game of all time. The biggest selling game is actually Resident Evil 7. So that was the most successful selling game of all the Resident Evil games so far. But how many million copies did Resident Evil 7 sell? Joker, since you got this one right, I'm going to let you go first.
I'm going to say 8 million.
Okay. Dave?
I'll go for 7 million.
Okay. What else do we reckon in the chat? Let's have some guesses in the chat. Lil Pam says, didn't the series sell like over 90 million? If you put all the games together, including all the funny little things like the other spin-off games and stuff, so we're not even talking the main 8, there's all the other stuff, I think it did. And ironically, I can tell you, no, overall, Captain DK, overall. Keita's saying 6 million. I mean, I can tell you, I know you're amazing. I think it sold more than Village. It has sold more than Village so far, but Village has only been out a week and a half. Running Nose said 4.5 million. 110 million. Okay, not yet. No, too high. Too high. Oh, do you mean 110 million overall for all the games? Lord Dramicus, just clear that up for me. Lil Panda says 5 million. Okay, I could tell you, Jokergurl didn't get it quite right, but she's like that close. 8.5 million copies. So let's have that celebratory dance again. Go on, do it.
Happy dance.
So 8.5 million copies of Resident Evil sold. Ironically, at the moment, the two other best-selling Resident Evil games, I'm not going to get you to guess this, are what considered the two worst games in the series. Resident Evil 6 and Resident Evil 5 have sold more copies than 1, 2, 3, 4, which are classed as like the better ones, which I find bizarre. Yeah, I don't know. 6 was absolute garbage, but how that sold, I don't know. But interestingly enough, it is not... Resident Evil 7 is not the biggest selling game that Capcom have produced. So my question to you two and the chat is, what is the biggest selling game of all time for Capcom. And I think people will be surprised about this. Now, Tunes is saying Street Fighter, which I think is a very reasonable guess. So let's have your answers.
I was going to guess one of the Monster
Put that
Hunters.
in as well. You're going to say it's one of the Monster Hunters. Okay.
Yeah, maybe Monster Hunter World. I know that was pretty huge.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm kind of going to go with Monster Hunter.
Okay. Okay, you're going to go with Monster Hunters. Anyone else want to have a go? You're getting mad love from Professor Stork, by the way.
Yes, it is purple.
Was that specific for this show, or is it just because that's what you wanted to put on? Because obviously everything's purple on my show.
Both.
Cool. I'll go with that answer.
Like,
I'll take whatever answer. I can take whatever answer I get. I'll take that. That's cool. I Little Panda, I'm not going to shame you on that, but Sonic is a Sega property. So that wouldn't fall into the category, mate. Sorry. Dead Rising is another one. Could it be one of the Dead Rising games? No, you probably would think it's Street Fighter, but Joker and Dave have got it very much right in that it is Monster Hunter World, which came out only a couple of years ago, is the biggest selling game for Capcom ever. So, Dave, you can do a dance now as well. Go on.
There you go. How'd I look?
There you go. So there you go, folks. We will have to see as the weeks go whether Resident Evil 8 will outsell Resident Evil 7. I think there stands a good chance that it will, considering it sold 3 million copies in less than a week and a half. So we will see, and we'll keep you posted. There you go. Let's talk about some more games. Let's talk about something completely different. Is related to monsters, but if you basically took Animal Crossing and took a farming sim and basically took a monster game, this is what basically it would spew up. This is Monster Harvest, which is out on Switch and PC. It came out last Thursday. However, it's also coming out for Xbox and PlayStation next month. So we're going to have a look at the trailer and let us know your thoughts and have a guess at the scores in the chat. Here we go with the trailer for Monster Harvest. There you go. That's Monster Harvest. Isn't there a funny little bit at the end of this? I'm trying to remember. Yeah, that bit. Don't know why. Just that random bit at the end with some fishing, but there you go. So, yeah, this is out for Switch and PC. Came out last Thursday. As I said, though, Xbox and PlayStation versions come out on the 3rd of June, so you've only got to wait a couple of weeks. Seems to be a lot going on there. Things like Pokemon, as I say, Animal Crossing, things like Harvest Moon, things like that. I'm going to go back to Joker to start with, because Joker is a massive Pokemon fan. Would you try this out, or do you think this is just a cheap rip-off of games that you love?
That is the biggest Pokemon ripoff I've ever seen in my life. Like, could you not think of anything yourself? You just got, it's like freaking Twilight and 50 Shades of Grey. Oh, I like Twilight. I'm going to write this fan fiction. It's called 50 Shades of Grey. It does exactly what it is, only in the gaming world. I'd play it, though.
I love that. It's like absolute trash. It's copied everything, blah, blah, blah. I play it. I love that. Well, why not? It's cool. It's cool. Let's have a look. There's loads of stuff going on in the chat. Let's have a look. Loads of people. Hello, Paul Newton, Magic. Good to say. Don't worry, you never have to apologise for tonight. Everyone's going, what the hell are planimals? That sounds mad. Reminds me of the old Pokemon games on the Game Boy Advanced. If Minecraft made love to Stardew Valley and included monsters, there you go.
I should put that in the box. I like that.
I should put that, yeah. I nearly said something really rude then, but I'm not going to say it. But yeah, I don't think kids would buy it if I was going to go with the tagline I was going to come out with there. We'll leave that for later. Tunes just wants to know, can you fish in it? Yes, you can. Trust you to come up with that. The only person that I know that cares about fishing in any bloody games. Tunes wants to give it a 10 out of 10 if you can fish. 9 out of 10. Running Gnome says, I wouldn't play it. That's fair enough. It's a note from me. Gecko said something OG will love. I would try it with the kiddos, but I would choose Pokemon over this. Would be good as a mobile game, but seems to be overly targeted at the Japanese market. Well, me and Dave have talked about a ton of games that have come out like this over the last couple of weeks. So, Joker, let's start with you. What score do you think this got, or what score would you give this?
I'm going to go with 6.
Okay. No, that's fair. That's fair. Dave?
Oh, it's a mix of genres that I just don't like at all. So I wouldn't rate it very highly, but I'd probably guess from looking at it, perhaps get a 7.
Okay. Captain DK is coming there with a 7.5. Tunes is coming in with a 7 out of 10. So here's the thing. I couldn't get any review scores for this one. There's no reviews. Not any decent reviews anyway. So I think what's going to happen is literally in 2 weeks' time when they bring out the PlayStation Xbox version, we'll probably get a flurry of reviews. So let's just say both Joker and Dave are right on this one. It was those scores that you said. There you go. You win.
Awesome.
And everyone else in the chat who put a score, you win as well. Because we got no idea. We just don't know. But this sometimes does happen. Now, the funny thing is, this did come out last week, so I would have thought we would have seen some reviews, but I do honestly think that they're holding on to see what the other two versions are going to be like. I do find it weird that there's a 2-week gap between the PC and Switch and the Xbox and PlayStation. So maybe that's why they're holding off, because they might go, oh, is there problems with the console versions? So we'll have to see. And the reviews will be on Marketplace. Use Marketplace for £3.50. There you go. So, yeah, look out for it. If that's your kind of thing, go with it. You know, as we said, Pokemon, Harvest Moon, the two have obviously fucked, and that's what's been created. This monster of a game. There you go. That was my polite version of that, by the way. So there you go. Moving on to another story. Now, I said we would touch upon this a little bit. Dave talking about the VR, saying that I hope that with Sony VR, some other games like Half-Life Alyx, which obviously is made by Valve and is part of Steam, there has been some talks that Steam games, wait for it, are going to be coming to consoles. I can see you're all excited. It's absolutely breathtaking. Now, for those of you that play Steam on PC, you can get a ton of games. It's been knocking around for ages. It's quite a big thing because there are games that I can never get my hands on Xbox, which is annoying for me, but you could get them on Steam, but I don't own a gaming PC. But say, like, if I wanted to play something like Phasmophobia, I'd probably get my hands on that quite quickly. And things like Among Us, because Among Us is still on Xbox, you bastards. Hurry up. Get it done. We want to play this shit. We want to do the VIP streams with it. Hurry up! But I love it, and I can't play it, and I love it. It's insane.
I have to play it on my phone. It's like, well, how am I supposed to stream it if I'm on my freaking phone?
Yeah, it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts, and it should have. I say this all the time on the show. It was due to come out on Xbox on Game Pass last Christmas, but then Sony kicked up a fuss saying, "Well, why can't we have it?" So now Sony aren't getting it till near the end of the year. So now we have to wait. So you, Sony, that's all your fault. But yeah, this is great news because it taps into lots of other games. There's some fantastic games. And going back to what David was saying, if Steam comes to consoles, there are some really cool VR games that Xbox are screwed because you ain't got VR on Xbox anyway. But things like Half-Life Alyx, and games like The Climb that we've talked about on the show, and a load of other. We did a VR special a couple of weeks ago. All those games that we talked about, you could potentially be playing on your PlayStation, which you wouldn't normally be able to get on PlayStation VR. So I think this could be amazing. Dave, as you're the big VR streamer, what's your opinions on this?
That's one of those things that if it happens, it'd be quite cool. I don't know what the likelihood is. I mean, usually the console makers like to get their own closed, walled garden, don't they? So they get all the proceeds from their stores because they always sell the consoles at a hell of a loss anyway. So they've got to claw their money back somehow. But it'd be interesting to see like Steam did pop up on there, and if Steam came across with any other separate storefronts start coming over, like Epic Games Store, Good Old Games, blah blah blah. There'd be loads that could come over if such a thing did happen. But as you say, there's a good VR back catalogue over there. I could see problems with some, like probably the Climb coming over because that was funded, I think, by Oculus. So Oculus keep their hands on that one. Wouldn't let some of the other stuff come over.
Unless
stuff like Half-Life Alyx could go over.
Yeah.
Unless
it could sell the rights, which we're starting to see more of. And again, we're going to talk about that in a game that we're going to talk about that's come out this week, which was a PlayStation exclusive, but it's now coming into PC. But there is the possibility, isn't there, Dave, that could happen? Yeah,
if the right deal's struck. Usually comes down to money at the end of the day. All right, about money changes hands, stuff can crop up here, there, everywhere.
So we'll have to see. But Joker, I know you're not a VR person, but if Steam came to, I mean, what do you stream on? I forgot to ask. Are you PC? Are you PlayStation? What?
It's gonna end up being PlayStation 4 and PC when the PC comes. I don't know if it's this week or next week. I just know it was shipped out last Friday, so I have no clue when it's gonna get here. But I'm basically gonna do that. But if it comes to console, that'd be freaking great because it would be so much easier for me because console controllers I'm easier with it. Over here on my laptop, wait, I can't reach all the buttons. What am I doing? And I play Worms and Among Us and all kinds of
God, yeah. I mean, Running Gnome said about this, imagine the fun you could have. He would stream the crap out of Among Us, and you could do co-streams with just about anyone. You wouldn't have to worry about, is it cross-platform, is it not? The chances are it's going to be absolutely fine. Can someone say hello to Mrs. Pauly for me? Hello, Mrs. Pauly.
Hi, Mrs. Pauly.
Hello, Mrs. Pauly.
There you go. That was 3 people. Let's say hello to Mrs. Pauly in the chat as well. So, Mr. Paul Newton, his wife, and Paul was our guest on the show last week. So, everyone in the chat say hello to Mrs. Pauly. There you go. So there you go, folks. We'll keep our fingers crossed. Again, if we find out anything about this, we will let you know on the show. But if Steam comes to consoles, just like Dave and me, you're going to have that ultimate problem if you're never going to know which bloody game you're going to want to play next because it'll be infinite choices.
See, and it works out because I am not allowed to play Among Us with random people anymore.
And why is that? Do I want to ask this question?
Pretty much. We had a bunch of trolls half the time, and they would say really awful things. So I would basically clap back at them, and whatever is the worst thing you could ever think of to say to someone, I told them.
Okay, don't say that on this show, though. Just to clarify, we'll have the conversation after we've gone off air. I want to know what you said, but we just won't do it right now. We'll do it. We'll go off air, and then I'll want to know. But yeah, I mean, this is the thing. I get there's games that people can troll you on. But yeah, if you've got a community, I want to stream Among Us. It's something I've said. It will probably be huge when we do the VIP streams on this channel. We'll have so many people playing it, but at least you're playing with people that you know and trust because they're all part of this community, which would be great. Okay. Actually, Running Gnome has just said, and thank you for that because I did not know that. There's new chat features now in Among Us because of the cyberbullying. So there you go. And Keita just said, you go, Jokergurl Gaming, put them trolls back in their place. Nice. And yes, I am Sus Tunes. There you go. Coming to an airlock near you in 2021. That's me floating past the window. There you go. You know that's going to happen. So there you go. Right, next game. So this is a game. Well, it's actually 2 games. So this trailer I'm going to warn you now, is a bit on the long side because it's technically 2 trailers in 1 trailer. There was a game that came out for the Super Famicom. Now, if anyone is sitting there and goes, I don't know what a Super Famicom is, it's the Super Nintendo. It is what it was called out in Japan and for a time in America. And it was weird because obviously the Super Nintendo was a grey box that had like the colour buttons, you know, like the red, green, blue, which basically PlayStation nicked. Super Famicom, the controller, it was all purple buttons, which is quite nice. So this is a game that is over 35 years old and has now been completely revamped. This is, here we go, Famicom Detective Club. But there's 2 games. So we're going to watch the trailers for both. We're going to score it as a 1 game, though. And this came out on Switch last Friday. So let's check this out. I do warn you, it's a 3-minute trailer. So if you don't like the look of the first 30 seconds, go make a cup of tea, and we'll see you in a couple of minutes. Here we go.
Famicom Detective Club, The Missing Heir. And Famicom Detective Club, The Girl Who Stands Behind. 2 deep cuts from the Nintendo archives come to life on the Nintendo Switch system. A starry sky greets you as you awaken. But something's not right. An accident during an investigation left you without your memories. You discover that you were a detective investigating the death of a chairwoman. Despite your amnesia, you resume the case.
遺言を公開した晩に亡くなられたとはの。
ピクの死には不自然なものに感じるわね。
Some may be more than willing to share what they know. Others might remain silent.
もう話すことなんて何もないわ。
The case continues as you examine suspicious areas and hunt for clues in this beautiful Japanese countryside. But the mystery still deepens.
まず、幹事だが、キクが死んだことで。
Chilling grudges, grave accusations, a village forever haunted.
墓の中から蘇り。
Anything is possible in this complex and cursed murder case.
私を疑っているのか？
犯人は誰なの？
これはどこでその名前を？
もしもし、ゼゾさん。
Famicom Detective Club: The Missing Heir. Available May 14th on Nintendo Switch. And that's not the only case to crack.
夢の中で私、学校の廊下を一人で歩いていたの。
はい、宇津木探偵事務所です。はい、わかりました。
Who is the girl who stands behind? The supernatural school rumor from long ago? You'll meet with a detective and start examining this eerie case.
先生、また何か事件のようです。お疲れ様です。何があったんですか？牛光高校1年 A 組。
Soon, ghostly rumors start to spread about Yoko's murder. How could the girl who stands behind rumor be connected to her death?
陽子、その幽霊のことを話してたわ。
とりあえず、
15年前にこの町で起きた
陽子の事件とつながるのだろうか。
わしを疑っとるんじゃろ。
For all we know, she could be standing right behind you.
なぜなんだ、あゆみちゃん。
Famicom Detective Club: The Girl Who Stands Behind. Available May 14th on Nintendo Switch. Pre-orders are available on Nintendo eShop.
There you go. That was so epic. It went on for ages. Tunes has actually had to go make like 23 cups of tea, which is basically all the people in the chat, plus you, me, and Joker now. I'll just take Joker off screen because she's just had to disappear, so I'll do that. No worries. So I'm just seeing what people said. A lot of people like going, yeah, not my kind of thing. It's good to see Mrs. Paulie is very amused. That's okay. This will appeal to a lot of people worldwide, whatever your opinion on it. Lord Dramicus, no, I haven't guessed. I'm just wondering if you've got the same first name as me and whether you can confirm that or not. And then I might have an idea who it is. But I haven't got a clue who you are. Let's see. I mean, I can see why people would like it, but it's not for me. Tunes has 33 cups of tea here. Who wants one? Right, start dishing them out, son. That'll be sweet. It's a shame because I can see that a lot of people will buy and stream this game, but it just doesn't grab me. And I agree. And this made me laugh. I was trying not to laugh too much while the trailer was playing. This trailer is longer than the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I agree. So I thought that was hilarious. Dave, detective games, is it your kind of Tunes cup of tea?
I do quite a good detective story. And those, I think, believe those are meant to be quite good stories in them. I think they've aged quite well because they're sort of stories usually do. I don't know whether it really appealed to me visually looking at it. It looks nice, you know, the way it's been done, but wasn't hugely pulled in by it.
Yeah,
I can imagine with it being on the Switch, it would be quite good to play in handheld mode with the touch screen, like looking around the environments to find stuff, pick it up, all that sort of things. I could see it appealing to like all the sorts of people that like the Ace Attorney games, because it reminds me of those. Looking at the trailer, similar sort of thing. Yeah, it's got this very same style, so I reckon it could be pretty big and popular with them. I'd probably play it if it was a cheapish price, but looking on the store just to see, it was like 50 quid for the two things, and I thought I wouldn't pay that much for those games. If it was about the sort of £20 mark, I'd possibly have a look at them. Yeah, so I do like a good detective mystery, and getting to play on yourself could be quite cool.
Yeah, it seems a lot of money for two games that are 35 years old.
Yeah, it does. I mean, a lot of other stuff that age that gets remastered, it comes out at more of a reasonable price for what it is. Yeah. But unfortunately, stuff on the Switch does seem to have a premium markup on it because it's on cartridge.
Now, I'll talk about something else. We'll come back to this in a minute. Talk about something else. I noticed Running Gnome said about doing an Among Us stream for my 500 followers stream. I just want to say thank you again to everyone who's here now or who's watching this on. Oh, Freak Show. Stop me in the tracks. Freak Show, thank you so much for the raid. Greatly appreciated it. That's absolutely awesome. Shout out to Freak Show. You were playing Fortnite. Hope you're well, mate. That's really cool. What I was going to say is obviously last Wednesday we did have our big 250 followers stream last week. And ironically, it's not been a week and I'm already at 280. Wow. Now, obviously, for those who subbed, they've now got access to the new Mojo emote, which got launched after that stream. Oh, you changed your name. I thought you were Newbie Gnome. I thought that was the case, but you changed your name. You changed your name. Change your name. There you go. I thought it was you, mate. But thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Well, I could tell you something else as well. So we were trying to hit a target, and Mr. Paul Newton was trying to get us to get as many people in the chat talking so we could smash a target to dish out another 10 VIPs. I was convinced we did that, but I had no idea if we had or not. And it took Twitch, bless them, I think we overloaded Twitch, 4 days to get back to me to say, yes, not only have you smashed the target, but you've actually smashed the target again. So we surpassed the next target. So we've got 20 VIPs to give out over the course of the next 20 weeks, right? Yeah, can we get some raid hype in the chat as well, please? Let's go for it. Let's have some raid hype for Freak Show. Greatly appreciated. So that is chat smashing. Now, we gave away one of those VIPs. The first one we gave away was to, we gave that away to Diva, who I am co-streaming with tomorrow night. We're doing some Rainbow Six Siege. But stay tuned. So all the people that have been basically, I know there's a lot of you in here in the chat already are VIPs as well. But for those of you who've been supporting the channel over the last couple of weeks, months, who haven't got VIP, stay tuned because I'm literally going to be announcing one a week over the course of the next 19 weeks. And it means not only do you get that crappy little badge next to your name, but you get discounts off merch. We get entered into our own private VIP Discord, just like Jokergurl is one of our VIPs. You get if you love Minecraft, there is a private Minecraft realm for you to build, and every 6 weeks we basically show off the Minecraft realm, and you get to show off your creations, and you lot get to pick what games we play on the VIP stream, which is the last Sunday of every month, and then all the VIPs get together and play that game. So you get to vote. It's looking likely that it could be Rocket League at the end of this month, so we'll see. But when we get Among Us, we're going to be playing Among Us. I can tell you we're going to be playing Fall Guys in a couple of months. We're also going to be playing that, what's that, Dodge City thing that comes out at the end of this month? Because that's cross-platform. The one where you run around the city and it's dodgeball. So there's going to be loads of games that we're going to be playing. Knockout City, thank you, Tunes. I never get that name right, but you get it. So look out for it and keep tuned in, because you could be one of the lucky VIPs. Because we've got 31 VIPs right now in our community, and we're looking to get that to 50, which is going to be insane. So thank you to everyone who helped last Wednesday. And on top of that, ironically, as I said, we did the 250 follower stream last week. I'm only 20 followers away from doing another Jackbox stream, which will be 300 followers. So if we get another 20 followers in the next couple of weeks, we will do another Jackbox stream. There won't be prizes. It'll be just for fun, because all those prizes I'm sending out over the next couple of weeks is probably going to bankrupt me. So I do need to give it a couple of weeks before I get money back in my pockets. So there you go. That was our commercial break done. Jokergurl, now that you're back with us.
Yep.
I noticed that you were like, right, and dash off. Did you see any of the trailer for those detective games? And if so, what did you think?
I kind of liked it. I really like those kind of games. So I could totally see myself playing it. I'm big into like weird Japanese detective games because I'm odd. I don't know the other way to explain it.
You said you want to get a Switch, don't you? Was that right? Did you want to get?
I do, so badly.
So if you got one, this would be the kind of thing that you would go and hunt down and get.
Pretty much. Now I'm kind of waiting because all my friends are like, "Oh, the new Switch is coming out, so don't buy one now and save your money."
Yeah, we talked about on the show. There's no been no official announcement, but we've heard rumors of what it could be. But we know there's another Nintendo Direct showcase coming very soon, probably in the summer, and it wouldn't surprise us if they announce, "Oh, it's the new Switch" at that. So we'll have to see. So it might be the sensible thing. If anyone's considering buying Switch, maybe just wait a month or two, because there might be some news that comes out that you might go, "Oh, I'd rather have this one." So we'll see. So
Give me another stimmy before I can afford a Switch.
Well, we're going to get this film made, which is going to make you millions of dollars and an Oscar winner, and then you'll be in your mansion with 50 Switches.
I'll be like, I have all the things. There's a bowling alley in the basement. And...
So that would be cool. That would be so cool. There you go. And now that I understand VIP, I kind of want it. See, that's the thing. I don't think people understand. A lot of people have VIP on their channels, and it is literally a badge to say, I support this channel a lot. I don't think that's worth enough. I think, in my opinion, it's just my opinion, that VIPs who support the channel on a regular basis and have always been there for the channel should get a whole heap more. And that's why I've done what we've done. Over the course of the year or so, I'm going to try and find more things to add to the VIPs. So basically, whether you, and it doesn't mean you spend money with the channel. You could spend money with the channel. You could sub, but you could follow, or you could turn up to every stream, or you could just chat, or you could regularly turn up to one stream every week for the last couple of months. As far as I'm concerned, you're showing support. So I want to give that love back, and that's how I do it. So there you go. That's it all explained. So back to topic. Famicom Detective Club. Let's see your scores in the chat. What do you reckon this got out of 10? Dave, let's start with you for this 35-year-old game, or two games rolled into one. What do you reckon?
I'm going to go 7 for this one.
Okay, you're going for a 7. Paul Newton says, or you could go fishing, or you could get blunderbombed in the face, Paul Newton. There's a couple of options there. We'll see. Tune says -95383495734589734 out of 10.
Very exact.
That's nearly
Negative.
quite close to that new Near Replicant game that came out. Near Replicant version 1.5. No, I'm not doing that. Screw that. Running Gnome says 7.7. That's brutally accurate, I have to say. Keita says 7 out of 10. Joker, what do you reckon?
I'm gonna go with 7.
Okay. Both of you got to do that little dance again, because anyone who said 7 out of 10, including Keita and a few of us, let's have that dance now. Let's go. Come on. Starting a trend. We're starting a trend, people. This is what's happening. This is what we're doing.
Beautiful trend.
It's a beautiful trend. It's a beautiful thing. We'll have to come up with an emote as well, like that does that. So then not only can you do that on camera, but then everyone can do that. So Tunes wasn't correct then. No, not with minus. Sadly not. But I think you were close with -95383495734589734 out of 10.
I think it's my favourite guess of the evening so far.
It probably is.
It's a good one.
It's a good one. It's not correct, but it's a good one. Do the mag swag. Oh, is that what we're going to call that? That dance? The mag swag. Should we all do it? Screw it. Should we all do it? Should I do it as well? Should we all do it? After? Should I 3, 2, 1, go. There you go. That's for all you lovely people out there.
You're going to have to put it on some sort of merch, aren't you, now?
Yeah, we'll probably put it on the merch. And Running Gnome, if anyone brings a song out with that, which was a bit like, what was it, the Casper Slide or any of that shite, if anything like that comes out and it comes out as Magswag, I'll give you 50% of the royalties. Because I can tell you now, that is guaranteed to be a top 1,000 hit in probably Lithuania. Solid hit right now. So there you go.
I mean, I could see it. We got Teach Me How to Dougie, so why not the Magswag?
The Magswag. I'm actually going to write that down because I think that's going to make a very good t-shirt for future merch. And I'll tell you what, I'll do you a deal. I'll do you a deal, mate. If I actually bring that as a t-shirt, Running Gnome, I'll send that to you for free. How does that sound? I will actually do that. If we get that t-shirt made, I will send that to you free of charge. And it means you can't sue me further down the line. So there you go. Only in the northeast of England. I missed that. I just saw that. Got clips. The mag swag. See, I told you I loved you. Oh, bless you. Bless you. I doubt he's going to sue me then. We'll be all right. Okay, more news, more gaming news. Let's move on. Enough of this mag swag craze. A little bit more it's been a lot of PlayStation news, and we've got a little bit more. A couple of things PlayStation have announced. PlayStation announced that they have 25 brand new games in development from Sony Studios. Half of these 25 games are brand new IPs, so brand new games. And the other half are either sequels or remasters of stuff that we've seen before. Now, we won't know what they are, but we are expecting another PlayStation State of Play event in the summer. And in fact, we wouldn't be surprised because EA have announced they're doing an EA Play event before E3 because they said, we're not coming to E3, just like PlayStation. So I wouldn't be surprised if they announce some of these games at that. At the moment, we do know two of them. One of being God of War, Ragnarok. Have I got that right, Dave? God of War.
That's
Ragnarok?
right, mate.
And the other one being
Horizon Forbidden West.
Thank God you read my mind. Yes, you read my mind. Dave and me are connected here, you see. So that's good. Jesse is watching. Hello, Jesse. And I now think, because Lord Dramicus said the Magpies, Magswag, the Magpies, and you said northeast of England. Are you up in Scotland? I've got to play a game where I've got to guess who this is. Are you up in Scotland, Lord Dramicus? You can tell me if I got that right or not. We'll have to see. But Jesse is watching. Hello, Jesse.
Oh, boy.
So there you go. I've probably got that. No, you're not in Scotland. Well, I haven't got a clue who you are. I'll keep trying. Keep putting. I'm playing game now. Keep dropping hints in the chat, and I'll see if I can get it right. And your name's not Paul, so I didn't get that right either. So there you go. Also, you're about 40 minutes away from me. That could be anybody. There's loads of people 40 minutes away from me.
How big is England?
Yeah.
Like in
Now,
time reference?
Now, see, Mia, who's one of the mods, is 40 minutes drive away from me. See, now that's it. Maybe I learned that was only 30 minutes. I am related to Geordies. Oh, you've stumped me now. I have to think. I'm related to Geordies. Yeah, yeah. God, I don't know. I don't know. God help me. I'll try it. I told your wife she stole you from me.
I feel like that's a dead giveaway, but I don't know here.
Seems like it should be, doesn't it?
So are you...
This is funny.
Does your name begin with an S by any chance? Sod the rest of the show. I'm going to try and figure this out now. We're on schedule. We can figure this out.
You're just like, damn it, I must know.
That sounded more sinister than it was supposed to. Okay, maybe that's not the case. No, it doesn't. Oh, I still don't know who you are. I still bollocks. I don't know.
They're going to reveal themselves at the end, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, I've got 40 minutes to guess it, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, keep dropping clues in. But I told your wife she stole you from me. So as long as you're not one of my ex-girlfriends, then that should be all right. It's actually Dave typing on another keyboard. I used you as a ventriloquist puppet. Oh, fuck's sake. Is it Adam?
Light bulb.
We did this thing where I sat on his knee and I pretended to be a ventriloquist puppet. It's Adam. Hello, Adam. How are you, sir? He is 40 minutes away from me. Mr. Adam Haste. I probably shouldn't have said you know. Oh, thank you, Keita. I try. Sometimes I don't know whether I'm being funny or not. I don't know, but fuck it. So there you go. Right, Adam. Lovely to have you here. Awesome. And I promise I didn't insert fist. No, if you did insert fist first, I probably wouldn't be sitting like either way I am right now. And that's all we'll say about that. Moving on. So we were saying there was something else PlayStation announced, and I'm going to show you a little trailer. Hello, Big Jesse, which is Jesse, obviously. Oh, God. Paul wants to know how many people have you used as a puppet. I'm glad you're not one of my ex-girlfriends. That's a bit of a relief. I was a bit worried. The way that you said that, I get it now. My wife said that you stole me away from... Yeah, there was always that thing because of the bromance. I get it now. I was shitting myself that it was an ex who I don't talk to anymore. So there you go. Let's show this little trailer of something that PlayStation announced next week. And let's talk about whether we think these are cool or not. These are the brand new PlayStation 5 DualSense Cosmic Red and Midnight Black controllers. Here you go, folks. Take a look at these. There you go. So those are the brand new controllers, which you can get right now. What do we think of those? And then I'm going to say something really sarky because you know what I'm like with PlayStation.
I think they both look nice, especially the black one. I remember when the PS5 was announced, obviously it was all white. a lot of people were doing mock-ups, wishing it was all in black like that. And the controller looks like those original mock-ups. So I guess there'll be a lot of people now waiting for them to do the console in the same colour. Well,
this is the thing, because Keith said, I love the red one, but no point in buying them because you still can't go on PS5. So, I mean, yeah, you, see, Laura, so you can have it in any colour as long as, because I know with the Play at PS4, you can get, just like Xbox, you can have custom controllers, can't you? So I hope that PS5 will do that. But as a start, do we like these? Joker, what do you think of these?
I like the red one. That's kind of cool. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, well, I can go somewhere else and get custom stuff to put over it. And then the black one, I'm like, that just looks like a PS2 controller when you played it too long and you rubbed the little stickers off the top. Like, that's all that looks like.
That's a fair point. I never thought of it like that.
It's like, oh, I can't see the buttons anymore because I played this so much, I rubbed the paint off the top of the buttons.
Zenkai says Cosmos Red looks great. Now, you can readily, I can say, these have gone on sale. You can readily get these now, which is great because then when you open the box and get them, you can sit in front of eBay staring at the PlayStation 5s that you still can't buy.
Pretty much.
So it's well worth buying one. I did say I was going to be sarky about it, but there you go.
You didn't hold back.
I never hold back. That's why I hate PlayStation so much. No, I'm fair on this channel. That's why we talk about PlayStation stuff and that. I just, I think PlayStation 5 shit, that's all. Did you ever play the old Olympic button bashing games? Running Gnome wants to know, Jokergurl, because you said you were into your retro games. And did you have sore thumbs afterwards? Because I know a lot of people.
Yes, I did.
What was it? Track and field?
The crap out of that thing. That's pretty much what it came down to. I think I broke a couple buttons in there.
Track and field. See, I remember that. It's because I'm old. I remember things like that. June says, I was more of a wiggly joystick boy on the C64. What you did in your own bedroom at your own time is none of our business there, Tunes.
Nice of him to share.
Yeah, I mean, I know we're a community and all that, but I think you might have just crossed the line with that one. Sorry, fella.
To be fair, I still want one of those, and I can't find one.
I think I've still got... beat you to it. Sorry, Keita. It's because you beat me to it on the fact that you can't get bloody PlayStation 4, so I just had to pick you at the post with that one. I mean, I've got a few of them. They were called Cheetah, and you would waggle the bloody joystick, and the two buttons at the bottom and the trigger button there, but they would always break. There's no shame in waggling your joystick. The funny thing is, we had a program over here, which they're trying to bring back, which was called Games Master. And the ironic thing is, if you wanted the challenges, just like on your show, Joker, where they do a challenge with two people playing against each other in a game, if you were one of the winners, it wasn't like a belt they got a golden joystick award, which is basically one of those cheap, crappy golds that spray painted gold.
Oh boy.
And they put it in a plastic case and went, ta-da! But everyone wanted one. Everyone wanted one. And I love Games Master. Now, there is a fact that Games Master might be coming back, and we did talk about this with one of our guests, who is more likely going to be back on the show in a couple of weeks, called Brad Burton, because he was one of the co-presenters on that show. So there you go. Oh, they're like the new PS5 controllers. Yeah. So basically, you're on fire, Keita. You're on fire tonight, girl. So basically, someone with the PS5 controllers went, fuck it, let's just spray paint them. And obviously the red one spent a lot of time and effort. And as Jokergurl said with the black one, I went, oh, fuck it, just spray it black.
Pretty much like all black.
All black. You go. They said, we've got a very dedicated guide as how it should look. And then they had a picture of a PlayStation 2 controller. That's how it happened. True story. Not going to get sued by Sony whatsoever for saying that.
Not much surprise to take the easy route. I mean, They haven't done much of the logos the last couple of years, have they?
No.
A very slight change.
Didn't they spend millions on that logo and it changed like slightly like that by an
I'm
angle?
sure someone in marketing made a fortune just doing that.
Oh, to have their job.
Mm-hmm. Fucking easy. I mean, we can guess what the PS6 one's going to be like now, can't we?
Yeah, no different. And how much did they make from that marketing campaign?
Shit.
Only a couple of $1 billion. Thank you very much.
See if I'm alive during the PS6. How long it take to come out with each one?
I know. Well, actually, by the time PS6 comes out in 2157, I think we should just be getting the first stock of PS5s into England.
All right.
So we'll be all right.
As long as you cryogenically freeze yourself, you'll be able to get one.
Well, do you know what? And we'll be able to report on this because I will be cryogenically frozen aged gamer guy. I'll be like one of those heads on Futurama.
Just be that, but how are you supposed to play if you're only going to be a head?
Well, I don't know. Eye motion control, maybe. Go left.
I got this.
Go right.
You have to blink to hit X.
Yeah. No, not Y. Y. X. Y. Oh, no. I'm having a seizure. Hang on. Yeah, no. Probably not going to work. Not going to work.
Especially
anyway.
You have to hit multiple buttons at once.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to R1 and R2?
It's like, shit, I've crashed the game. What's reset? I don't know. But there you go. So anyway, PlayStation 5. Doing a load of shit. There you go. That was that news story. Let's move on. Now, this one is not an actual new game. It's very rare. I got you crying. Mission accomplished. If I make people laugh, it's mission accomplished. This is supposed to be a serious talk show, people.
Is it?
It's not.
Oh, you never told me.
You're
that.
right. Oh, my
You have me on here.
Since when?
No, it's
Yeah.
not.
So, that's not what you saying. You saying? So we don't often talk about DLCs on this because I don't really treat them as games. But sometimes, I'm not going to lie, when we've got a slow week, we might as well talk about them because there's not that many games that actually come out. So last week, the brand new Assassin's Creed Valhalla DLC came out, which is called Wraith of the Druids, or Wrath of the Druids? Wrath of the Druids.
No,
Help if I knew.
Wraith.
Wraith.
It's Wraith.
That's spelled
It
right.
is Wraith. Or is it Wrath? W-R-A-T-H. Isn't Wraith W-R-A-I-T-H?
Wait.
Google it and see what you come up with.
Yeah, Google it for us,
forget
chat.
You guys spell things differently.
Yeah. Is it? Wraith is W-R-A-I-T-H in this country.
Yeah.
So unless it's a... Oh, God. Well, tell you what.
No,
Let's
I don't
play
know.
We don't know. We're going to see. Do you know what? This is going to be the most serious discussion we're going to have all night. Is it Wraith or is it Wrath? Well, I'll tell you what. Let's play the trailer for it. Jesse's saying it's Wrath. Okay. So we'll play the trailer for Assassin's Creed Wrath. See what I did there? Of the Druids. That was so seamless. So seamless. Let's know your thoughts in the chat. Here we go. Oh, except I've got to press the button to make it happen. That would help, wouldn't it?
Smooth.
There you go. Here we go.
Ireland, sing the mystery. Listen, and you will hear the beginnings of the world. But a grim tide begins to stir. It is a force greater than kingdoms. It is a shadow darker than war. Fear has captured the kingdoms. Whisper of dark spirits. The children of Danu have perverted their beliefs into a weapon.
Whoever plotted this was ready to die.
If it takes a bloody war, we must be prepared for it.
Ireland is scarred by rivalry, but it will take all its kingdom to save it.
There is but one move to make.
The children of Danu make the poison, but they also hold its cure.
I pray the spirits guide you.
He is chaos itself, the scorching sun come to earth. It ends. Bury the past. Build the future.
So there you go. That is the new DLC that's come out. Jokergurl's going, no! Are you all right there?
A little bit. I'm okay. Okay.
You're just a little bit excited by this then?
A little bit.
Just a little bit. This is set in Ireland, obviously, as you heard. It's a completely new map. So it is quite an extensive DLC from what people are saying. Jokergurl, I will start with you. I know that you love Assassin's Creed. So I'm guessing you're really looking forward to this, aren't you?
I want it right now. I want it right this freaking second. Even though I don't own Valhalla yet, I'm just waiting. But I'm totally going to get it, and I want to play it. Because the history nerd in me.
I see. That's what the one thing I love about all those games. Even though I'm so far behind in all the games, I've not even started playing like Origins or Odyssey. That's how far behind I'm on these games. But I do love Assassin's Creed.
Technically, so
I think by the time that those new PlayStation 5s come out, I will probably still have not played all the Assassin's Creed games in the next 100 years. So
the time you need for the recent ones as well, mate. Yeah.
What, 72 years to play one game?
It's around about that, yeah. 100 years of the DLC.
yeah. So game time, 72 hours.
it's
DLC
like,
time, 100 years.
make this a whole game by itself. I'm like, I would love to play Ireland during that time. Like, why didn't you make this a whole game by itself?
Yeah, it's not a separate. Sometimes games do DLCs that are separate, standalone. Unfortunately, this isn't one of them. You need the main game. But it is the first of, I believe, 3 DLCs that are coming out this year for Valhalla, I believe.
Exciting.
So I think this could be quite cool. Dave, your opinion on it?
It looks nice enough, but I haven't really got into the last couple of Assassin's Creeds. I've tried them both, but the maps in them are so bloody huge. It takes so long to get through. I just ended up dropping out of them and getting to something else instead. It's quite interesting. I was looking at one review of it earlier. One of the pros was that it only takes 30 hours to complete.
Oh,
so
only
the person reviewed it was quite pleased. It was a bit shorter than the main game.
Well, that surprises me then, because Paul Newton has just said Mrs. Paul is already halfway through this DLC. So that means since last Thursday, you've played 15 hours of that. Is that true?
I would. Just saying.
Yeah. I mean, if that is, that's impressive, because that's like the equivalent of 5 days of my streams or 5 of my streams. So that's a lot of time. But there you go. So that's impressive. What do you reckon this got out of 10? I'm going to start with Jokergurl.
10.
Okay, straight to the point. 10. That's it. I want it.
Doesn't even matter what it has. It's a 10.
Ronnie Nolan says a 9. Keita says a 9. Dave, what do you reckon?
8.
You're going for an 8?
Mm-hmm.
Now, this surprised me, but I'm wondering if Dave, I'm hoping Dave might be able to shed a bit of light on why this might be the case. Now, you said that one of the pros was that it's only 30 hours long, which to me is fucking long for a DLC anyway. It got 7 out of 10, which is not bad, but it's not like up there when we reviewed it like 25 shows ago.
Maybe it's just, people find it's more of the same. They've already played, I don't know what, 100 hours of the main game, and it's just more of the same again. Nothing hugely different in the way the missions are structured. It can just feel a bit samey. Maybe that's marked it down.
Possibly.
I'm wondering if it's because of the historical accuracy, because the Vikings never went to Ireland. I'm like, I've had 50 million college courses and did 50 million papers on the Vikings. They didn't go there, so why is this a DLC?
Yeah. Now, Adam brought this out. He said that earlier in the chat, and I was like, maybe that's why. I don't know. But then if you're really knocking a game score down because of historical inaccuracy, then about the last 7 million games that have come out in the last like 10 years are probably completely inaccurate.
Actually, they are very, very accurate, except for the fictional stuff they put in.
Yeah. But then you get games like Sniper Elite, where Hitler's been killed 3 times and shot in the bollocks more times than I've had hot dinners. So Hitler only died once. So I didn't realize he got killed multiple times. But there you go. Anyway,
and even that's debated.
Yeah, it is. We'll see. But it was true that he only had 1 ball apparently. So there you go. Maybe that's why. Maybe someone sniped his one off. Who knows? We'll see. Stay tuned for more interesting, useless facts. There you go. So there is a foundation in truth to make the storyline more immersive. So there you go. Oh, there you go. The other ball's in the Albert Hall. There you go. Again, truth. There you go.
Don't get me started on that.
You get the hardcore facts on this show. Hardcore facts. Not really. So there you go. Another news story. 7 out of 10, by the way. Assassin's Creed Vallhalla. DLC came out last week. There you go. on PS5 and Xbox Series X. Now, I said to Joker early in the show, she mentioned she's a big Pokemon fan. And I said, I'm a little bit concerned about Jokergurl because I wondered, has there been any inappropriate behavior from you recently when trying to buy certain Pokemon merchandise?
Me, no. My friends, yes.
Okay. Have those friends been buying certain trading cards by any chance?
Oh, yes, they have. And they're pretty fucking pissed off right now.
So for anyone who doesn't know what we're on about, literally in America right now, a number of big stores, such as Walmart and some other ones, and even in gaming shops, have basically stopped selling Pokemon trading cards for the safety of their own employees. And the main reasons, I think Walmart put a statement out saying, because of the inappropriate behavior of their customers, they are no longer going to sell these products. I shit you not. This is a true story. So much so
I live it, guys. I live it.
You live it. Yeah, this is it, right? So someone held up one of the stores with a gun to get, right, which is a true story. And not only that, another $20,000 worth of trading cards was stolen in a raid. That is a shitload of cards. How much do those cards go for in store in America, Joker?
They're really not that much. Like, I want to say $6, which is like maybe £7.
So, like, if you had a stack in your hand, that might not even be $100 worth.
And it all depends on what you get in the pack. That's why everybody's freaking out, because there's special rare ones in the pack that like can go for $300 something on eBay or something.
And people are literally beating each other senseless to get these. It's like Black Friday sales again, isn't it?
Pretty much.
You know what? You know what we need in our lives? A cheap, shitty TV. So I'm basically going to murder Maul and batter people to death to get that TV that when I plug in, it blows up.
The things that I have seen, because I am a Black Friday shopper, but we are not like that. But the things that I have seen is just ridiculous. I'm just like, does this mean I'm not American because I don't act like you animals? I'm like, I am a special breed.
I do have images of you, though, sitting in a shopping cart with a baseball bat, dressed as Harley Quinn, ready, charging down an aisle with someone pushing it for you, going, I'm ready for them. Where are they?
You know what? That was 10 years ago, and I really was a Guitar Hero, okay?
And we still haven't got the photographic evidence to prove it yet.
No.
Damn it.
I only punched one woman over the years because she ripped it out of my hands. You don't rip things out of my hands. So she got punched. I'm like, what were you expecting? I was just going to let you.
Sounds perfectly fair.
But did you say that was over Guitar Hero, did you say?
It was, because the very new one came out all those years ago, and like everybody wanted it. And it was over the actual guitars. Okay, so my question is, after you cracked her over the head with it, did the guitar still work? It did still work. Worked like a charm.
There you go. Good old Activision. Right, our next game, because we've got, 12 minutes of the show, and we've got to cram a load of stuff in, so I'm going to fly through this. Sounds like a normal Tuesday night, fight night in Walmart, I know. In a country where you can buy guns in a supermarket, hitting someone with Guitar Hero doesn't seem that bad.
That's true, though.
That is real life PvP right there.
Technically, some of us are not allowed to have a gun.
Yeah.
We do have some control.
It's like a real life version of PUBG. Someone is running around the store with a shotgun. The other person's running around with a Guitar Hero gun going, right, I'm going to fucking swat them. Let me at them.
I know how to serpentine. I can dodge a bullet. You ain't dodging a guitar.
Got your armor-plated shopping cart ready, and then just pop up and go, ah! And duck back down. Sorted.
I have chainmail. It's in the other bedroom. I'll be fine.
Moving on, and disclaimer, we do not allow any sort of violence towards people on this show, and that's the important bit. There you go. Be nice to each other. Be kind. Be friendly.
That's
but if there's someone, don't you?
Violence is loud.
But well, all I'm going to say is violence is not the answer to all problems, but sometimes, frankly, it just solves the fucking problem, so just do it anyway. There you go. That's our disclaimer. That's a true story. Oh, a true story. Hang on, we're going to run this. Fuck the rest of the show. We'll just do this. I went to Vegas, did a bud trip to the Grand Canyon, stopped off en route, and was this burger-type van on side of the road. It was called Bullets and Burgers. Holy shit.
Yes, I know it.
You know it?
I do. My friends take pictures of it all the time. I've never been to Vegas, but they always share pictures and everything from Vegas.
Oh, my God. That is so cool.
It's a legit van.
Oh, my God. Tunes has been there 3 times. That's insane. Did you do the monster truck ride? He's talking to Running Gnome, I guess. We're British. You could take someone down with a well-placed tut and a disapproving look combo.
If only.
Ultimate knockout. There you go. So that's it. Wedding chapel at the back of the with a whorehouse. Fucking hell.
Well, you gotta have both.
Well, it is Vegas, isn't it? So, wouldn't be without that. Right, next game. Let's get on with the show. This is a PlayStation game that came out a couple of years ago. As now, Sony has, just like Horizon Zero Dawn, has allowed it to come to PC. This is the zombie action game, Days Gone. We're going to play the trailer. Let us know what you think in the chat. And have a guess at what this got out of a score out of 10 when it came out today, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Days Gone. With the longest intro ever.
We never talked about it. We still wore the colors. We wrote out a farewell. Without Sarah. We knew that we were leaving everything behind. Everything that mattered was gone.
Don't leave me out here, man. How many drifters still flying colors around here? That shit matters. You ask me? You got a price on your head. How does it feel to be on the other side?
Because that's who we are. The freak show. Only folks survived were those mean enough, nasty enough to out-freak the freaks.
We're fighting a war out here. You sure you're up for it?
We have to look out for each other. It's all we got.
Come on, come with the gun. Give me the gun, buddy. No, I will not!
So there you go. That is Days Gone, the second PlayStation game to finally come to PC. This is something that's going to be happening quite regularly. PlayStation. No, I know what you mean, Running Gnome, because a lot of people going, well, this came out a couple of years ago. It did, but like Horizon Zero Dawn was the first PlayStation game to come to PC. PlayStation and Sony are doing this as a big thing. This is kind of their counter move to Xbox, in a way. Days Gone, Dave. Did you ever play it? And what did you think of it?
I've only played about the first hour, I think. So I'll probably carry on with it at some point, but too much of the stuff to play.
Yeah.
But I flicked on for a look because it was part of the PS Plus collection. It had a nice 60 FPS upgrade on the PS5, so I thought I'd have a quick look at it. It just seemed like a decent game. I've heard plenty of good things about it. I know there's people trying to get a petition going, I think, to get a sequel actually done, even though Sony are saying that they don't want to do it. It's bound to have lots of nice extra features on the PC, nice boosts up to the graphics, just loads of extra options you can do in it. So I think I'll get back to it at some point, but on the PS5, not the PC.
See, it's a game that a lot of people loved, but was not critically well taken. It got very average reviews when it came out, but there's a lot of people.
It had a few
love it.
problems when it came out that they had to fix in various patches. So at least the PC version, all that's taken care of, so it should be in a good state.
I mean, as you mentioned, and we did talk about this a couple of weeks, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, that it's funny how Sony greenlit a remake of the first, what do you call it? That was only out. Last of Us. They're going to remake it, even though it's only a couple of years old. Yet they won't allow them to do a sequel for this, which I find really insane. But Jokergurl, your thoughts on Days Gone? Is it something you've seen or played before on PlayStation?
Never seen it. Never played it. It doesn't really look like something I would play per se, so I'm kind of meh about it.
That's fair enough. You're not into zombie action games generally, or just not that? Just from that trailer, it didn't take your fancy.
No, I really don't play zombie games very much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, no, that's fair. That's fair dues. That's fair dues. What do we reckon this got out of 10? Start chucking your answers in the chat now. Dave, what do you reckon this got? I'll start with you, sir.
I think an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. And Joker?
I'm going to say 8.
Okay, 8. There's plenty of 8s coming in. Running Gnome says 8. Tunes is coming in with a 7 out of 10. Keith is coming with a 6. Jesse with a 7. I can tell you it got a very honourable 7.5 on average. So there's lots of things that are in the game. I think if you've never got to play it and you want to play it, I think you enjoy it. If you're not into that kind of game, I don't think it's something that's going to set your world on fire. Not going to lie. So that's Days Gone, which came out on the PC literally today. Gets a 7.5. Our last news story of the night. We haven't. I'm not going to lie. I think we're going to run late on this show. Mind you, we did start late. I've just looked at the clock and the timer, so actually we're running on time. So that might work.
My fault.
Don't worry. It was technical problems. It was fine. So it was all good. We got it sorted. So it was all fine. Don't worry. Now take this with a pinch of salt, people, because whenever someone mentions a patent, there's about an 80% chance that it will not happen. However, Sony, yes, again, we're talking about Sony, have filed a patent so that you may be able to bet on your PlayStation on esports. So you'll be able to use your credit card money, etc. But the reason they put a patent in is that you might be able to use cryptocurrency to bet on esports. Now, whether what you think of this, whether it's going to happen or not, let's not talk about that. What I would like to talk about for a couple of minutes is, do we think that is a good thing or a bad thing? And I'd like to hear the comments in the chat as well. I'm going to start with Joker on this because there's been a huge thing about the fact that loot boxes in games are basically technically gambling and it's frowned upon. So don't you just think this is the same sort of thing? Or is this a completely different thing?
I mean, it kind of is, but then we also have all the stories over here of people losing their like crypto passwords and losing all their freaking money. So I'm like, what's the point then if the person doesn't remember their password? So, and cryptocurrency, kind of like Dogecoin, goes up and down. So I'm like, it's not really what it's worth, technically. Like, so I think it's kind of a dumb idea.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of it. I've had people talk to me about cryptocurrency and stuff. I kind of understand it. I don't want anything to do with it. I'll be honest. But I know people who have made money from it. But I if it's not a tangible thing, I can't see it. It don't register with my old brain. So, I mean, Dave, your thoughts on this?
I mean, I'm not one for gambling, so it's not anything I'd be interested in being able to do in a console. But I mean, you can gamble on your phone through an app, so I suppose it's no big surprise to think about bringing it over to consoles. I guess Sony's take would probably be they could get some sort of percentage of whatever you're betting, perhaps. Be any good reason I could see them doing it. If they do it, I hope they put a good system in place so that, you know, if you're under 18 or whatever the laws are in whichever countries, you know, your kids can't start doing it. You put your credit card on the system to buy the odd game, perhaps, and they start going and gambling, lose all your money. It's happened before. Bound to happen again.
I mean, I'll clarify this for Running Gnome. It's basically all the esports tournaments, so everything from like the COD tournaments, the Rocket League tournaments, Fortnite, Overwatch. You could basically bet on which team's going to win. That is basically the concept of what they want to do. It's just like horse racing or gambling, putting bets on American football or football in this country or whatever. It's exactly the same. It's just esports, you know, tournaments, gaming tournaments. But as you rightly say, Dave, if they don't put the right things in place, there's kids who are on the gaming consoles could end up running up a lot of debt. We've seen this before where the parents put the card details on to buy games, but they don't parental lock it. And then the kid spends 500 quid in the PS or Xbox store. And the parents are going, what the fucking hell is this? Well,
you're on FIFA Ultimate Team in the news stories, isn't it?
So I'm going to buy that player, that player, that player. And just like Man United, I've just basically transferred off my mum's credit card only a couple of million. There you go.
The last thing you want to do is normalise gambling for like the younger generation.
Yeah,
don't want to do that.
No. Mums and dads will be rinsed dry. I agree. I'll stick to the
Americans about gambling, man. Over here.
I think we can safely say that this channel thinks that is a shit idea. So let's hope, as I said, take this with a pinch of salt. It has only been a patent. This might not even happen. Well, let's hope that's how it stays. So there you go. Right, final game of the night. What is the one simulator game? I'm going to put this question to the chat and both of you two. What is the one simulator game that you think has never been made yet, but you would really love to play? Dave.
Kite flying simulator.
Kite flying simulator. Okay. Joker.
Is there a tornado simulator? Because I would totally screw around with that for hours.
As far as I know, I'm not aware that tornadoes feature in other games, but not an official tornado simulator. So that could be one. Comic-Con simulator, where you got to run a Comic-Con, could be one. That could be cool.
Boring.
You know, boring. Oh, all right. Then. Well, that's that idea out the fuck the notes. Right, yeah, that's that idea gone. Well, here's one that I've never come across. There is a car mechanic simulator. That's a Amazon driver simulator. Well, considering there's all these, I know, yeah. See how many packages you can lose. Let's. Have you ever considered basically making wine? And if you have, Dave's shaking his head. Joker's going, yeah. Then you might want to try this. This is a winemaking simulator called 100 Days. This came out last Thursday. I shit you not. Let's have a look at the trailer, and you can tell us what you think on this. Here we go. Joker's getting excited again.
My dearest, it has been a while since I last updated you. My journey as a winemaker has been far from easy. I've made mistakes. I've failed and failed again until I got better. I found out I had to rely on seasons and not financial quarters. In the end, if you ask me, it will be worth it.
Hang on, did you notice something there? Did you notice those two people on that thing were butt naked pointing out the thing?
Oh, I missed that bit.
Watch it back when this. I've got rid of the video. Watch it back on catch up. I'm sure there's a basket with grapes in it, and the two people are naked and they're just pointing.
They've drunk a lot of wine, probably.
Yeah, in the vineyards, running naked.
Whatever.
Tune says, I think I'll stick to petrol station simulator. I'd play that. Fill her up with number 4 and a packet of Benson, please. There you go. Tell you what, I'll have a Ginsters as well. Some people just looking at me going, I have no fucking idea what you're on about. Crushing gates with feet. Right, okay. So, as Joker was like, oh, that sounds amazing. After watching that trailer, do you think that game is going to be amazing?
I would still totally play it. I'm a huge wine drinker. I mean, like, I thought about becoming a sommelier and everything, but, you know, I'm not that good at it. So I'm like, yeah, I will do anything to, like, simulate making wine, sure.
Dave?
I have my own winemaking kit and everything here.
Like, well, there you go. Jesse was asking about that. So, well, how much is it? Because can you buy a winemaking kit for 38 quid on Amazon? Other winemaking kits are available. And if any of them want to sponsor this show...
You'd be better off buying that in the game. At least you could drink it afterwards.
Yeah. Because you'd have to make 2 purchases with this, because you'd have to buy the game and then go out and buy a couple of bottles of wine and then get pissed while playing it. Whereas if you make a winemaking kit, you make it and then get pissed afterwards.
Stop calling me out like that.
Wasn't my intentions, but now you've said it. Maybe my intentions have changed. Who knows?
What? I'm just going to be over here with my wine. Can't have it.
Oh, dear. I like Keith's comment. The 2 naked people were making plum wine. There you go. Keita, if you want to be on the show as a guest, you're more than welcome to come on the show. I think I may have met my witty match. So there you go. What do we think this scored out of 10. Bearing in mind, this is kind of a farming simulator. You have to grow the crops, but you design the bottles, you design your wines, you choose your different wines, the seasons, everything that affects it. So it is a lot more than just growing some grapes. What do we reckon this got? Chat, drop us a line. Choose your saying 6 out of 10. Joker, I'll start with you. What do you reckon the score is?
It's probably like a 6 because everybody's like, bleh.
Wine simulator?
Like, who cares? I just want to drink it.
Paulie's going for a 6. Running Gnome says 4. Dave, what do you reckon?
Oh, I think I'm going to go for a 5. If it was a beer making simulator, I'd score it higher. But that's why it's getting a 5.
Okay, right. We see how you roll. She said, middle-aged gamer guy, I just make inappropriate comments. Well,
That
I'm
sounds
really sorry.
perfectly good.
I'm sorry, Keita. Unfortunately, that just means you have to come on the show because that's kind of our standard guest, really. We've never hit a guest that's really hit,
Professionals aren't welcome here.
Professionals are not welcome. Just lovely people like we have here, like Joker and other crazy people like you and Mr. Paul Newton, So
I'm being
standards...
good on my inappropriate comments.
Oh, you've been really good. Yeah, you've held back.
Normally, just word vomit, like bleh, it comes out.
It's just like, right, where should we start? Yeah. Right, well, I could tell you now. Yes, I know, things like Guitar Hero Gate, I know. There you go. It got 7 out of 10, ladies and gents.
Wow.
7 out of 10.
Alrighty then.
So, if you fancy a bit of virtual winemaking, yes, it did. It did get 7 out of 10. Don't call me out. I researched this shit. It says there on the piece of paper. 7 out of 10 there. Look,
you just make it up.
Sound wrong though.
Oh, fuck, I give up.
It was a 1, really, wasn't it?
No.
Accidentally wrote
7. I give up. I don't know where the fuck I threw that pen now. It's disappeared somewhere in the back of the studio. So, a posh 1 out of 10. Yeah, so I give it 1 out of 10. Thank you. This grape smells of catalytic converter. There you go.
It smells like grapes. That's what it smells like.
Yeah, it smells like grapes. What do you expect? Here we go. Oh, this smells of an era of 1940s smoky plums. There you go. People who come up with that shit, I don't know what they're on. I think they've smoked a few before they've started smelling that, but anyway. There you go. Right. Final news story, which is quite sad, actually. This is not to mean to bring the tone of the show down, because we've already done that with the comments we just made. But unfortunately, one of the first gaming shows in England, which was due to happen in July, has literally got cancelled in the last 24 hours. That show is a show I am very fond of, called EGX Rezzed, which is an independent gaming show. I have been going to that gaming show since 2016 in the lovely area of Tobacco Block. Joker, you will love it. There's a full-blown fucking pirate ship outside the venue. Yes! It's amazing. You would love it. It's such a cool venue for a games expo. And I was so looking forward to it. I was actually going to do a live stream from the show and take you people around the show. And I've had to cancel it. They've basically said, because of things are uncertain in this country, it's not going to happen. They hope that their other show that they do at Excel in London, EGX, which basically has all the AAA games and all stuff, is going to happen in October. But it is COVID reasons. So they are going to do a 2-day online version of the show, which is what they did last year. But unfortunately, I'm a bit sad about that because I love that show. So we will have to wait till 2022 before you see yours truly going around talking to a load of game developers, trying to pretend that I know what I'm talking about while they're frantically talking about their games. And there have been many games that I have bought off the back of that show. And then there's no AAA games there. They're all independent games. Some of those games still haven't come out. On one of them, I've got the demo of, which came out last year, but it was at the show being shown off in 2016. And that game still hasn't come out. Bless them. I'm sure it will. I hope it will. I hope it won't be in development hell. But there you go.
Oh, yeah.
So if you wanted to go to EGX, so we'll see. We'll see. So that's a bit of sad news. But if you like your retro games, I always try and finish the show with something funny. I don't think I'm going to surpass myself with the last 2 Resident Evil videos that we did. This is something a bit similar, bit scary, but I saw this is getting a big re-release. Now, funnily enough, I remember the first game on the Mega Drive and the SNES, but I don't remember the sequel. So you're going to see where I'm going with this. I'm just going to play the trailer, and then we'll talk about it and see if you remember these 2 games. It's coming out on Xbox, Switch, and PlayStation. Here we go.
I really enjoy it, that people enjoy playing it still.
There you go, folks. So Zombies Ate My Neighbors and Ghoul Patrol are coming soon to consoles and Switch. We haven't got a date, but that trailer literally just dropped a couple of days ago. So for the fact that Joker, I know you love your 8-bit, 16-bit games, was Zombies Ate My Neighbors one of those games that you ever played?
It was not.
But would you give this a go?
I would totally play that.
See, now, I remember Zombie Ate My Neighbors, but I didn't know they'd done a sequel. I never knew that. Dave, were you familiar with that?
Yeah, I remember playing the first one. I don't remember the sequel at all.
No.
I had completely forgotten about this game until the trailer dropped for the re-release. Yeah. But now I see that. I can remember bits and pieces of a whole section, like a shopping centre, I think, wasn't there?
Yeah.
I don't think I ever completed it. I think it was one of those rock-hard 16-bit games. But it was good.
I don't know how much this is going to be. All we did was got the trailer. We'll get more details. I'm sure we will talk about this on the show in a future show at some point. I don't know when that'll be, but when we find out, we will. Ladies and gentlemen, and then obviously we have to mention, yes, there was a giant baby. There was a giant baby.
Giant baby!
That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been our show for tonight. Thank you so much to Jokergurl for being here. Thank you for being our guest. You've been an absolutely fantastic guest. Please do go check out in the Discord after the show. Joker's going to post links for her book and anything. Oh, the TV show. If you want to put another link for that, if everyone wants to go check out the show, the gaming show, please do go check out Jokergurl on that. She appears in many series. As I say, go watch it. Have fun. Drop her a line after you've watched it.
I'm just only going to say it once. On the book, please ignore the 1-star review. That is completely inaccurate and not true. And it was posted by someone who was very angry that my best friend would not have sex with her. So everything that person says is not true. Please ignore that.
Yeah. As far as we're concerned, Joker's book, 5-star reviews everywhere. 10 out of 10. 5-star reviews everywhere. There you go. Keita said, Village Game with Jokergurl and Dave, fantastic stream, guys. Loved it and can't wait to read the book. There you go, because Keita won the book. So thank you and congratulations again.
Friday, so
we'll get it shipped out to you. We will sort it all out. Joker and me will confer and then we'll figure out how we're going to do it all and everything. We'll get it out to you. So there you go. So thank you so much, Joker, for being on the show. Really appreciate it. Dave, as always, thank you so much for being here.
Pleasure as always, nice.
Now, to let you know, there will be no show next week. We're going to skip a week, and I have my reasons. Ironically, they can't run a gaming show in July, but I am going to be at an event show next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so I won't be streaming. So there'll be no show, but what Dave is quite happy that he gets a week off. What he doesn't know is that we're going to have to basically cram 2 weeks of shows into the week after. So your
4
work's
hours
going to be
free
cut
now.
out. Yeah, 4-hour show in start of June. Anyway, there you go. No, it won't be. We're going to just cram a lot over the 2 weeks into that show. We've done it before, maybe 2.5 hours. We'll see what happens. Again, thank you to Freak Show for the raid. Greatly appreciated. Thank you to all you lovely people who've been in the chat and have talked to us and engaged. Really appreciate it. I am back tomorrow night at 9 o'clock doing a very special co-stream with Diva Wolf. We are streaming Rainbow Six Siege. She plays it a lot. I don't. It will probably be quite funny because I'm pretty crap at that game. I've only ever played it once. So there you go. Also, my new schedule for the week is up. So check out all the games that we're playing. We're playing, let's think. Thursday, we're playing Beholder, which is a game I've never played before. Thursday night is more Evil Within. Friday late afternoon is Ruiner, which is quite funny because that's one of the first games I bought from EGX Rezzed, which is a cool sort of cyberpunk-esque shooter and slasher top-down perspective game, which I've never shown on the thing. Sea of Thieves Friday, we got the brand new challenges. Saturday, Back to the Future, and I'm playing State of Decay, Saturday lunchtime. And Sunday night, Gears 5, plus the new game that you voted for in the Discord, Second Extinction. We'll be playing that. That is a brand new game. And we'll be back round and hopefully finish the medium on Monday. Plus, if you're in our Discord, you can vote for the game that is going to replace the medium. So if you're in our Discord, go vote for it now. That's what you need to do. So loads going on, ladies and gents. All I'm going to say is thank you so much to everyone yet again. And wherever you are in the world, have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or an evening. And we'll see you back very soon. Take care. Goodbye. Actually, before we say goodbye, should we do the dance again? do the mag swag. Right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Mag swag. Bye.